Greetings, Dan Kurt. Okay, so Castles and Crusades. Update for the week of Thanksgiving. Um, the party came into the town, the big walled city, small city, large town, ruled by humans. They're a mostly orc tribe, group. First thing they met was some human spies who said, hey, we'll give you guys some weapons. You've been fighting the dwarves. All right, good job. Here's some coin. Here's a couple of exploding javelins of lightning, that are painted red on one end so you know which ones are which. Here's a couple fireball potions, Actually, they got the fireball potions later. Anyway, they have witnessed a town where 500 dwarves kind of swarmed into a 2,000 population town. They kind of crowded the place. 400 of them just left. Of those dwarves, the 400 split into 4 units, 2 of which are basically heavily defended mining groups. One group, one company level armored unit, essentially, is heading northeast towards the orcs' home. Roughly. I mean, maybe they're not going towards there. Maybe they're going to go somewhere else, but it's in that general direction. And another company level unit is going southeast to the Valley of the Ancients, the place where no locals dare to tread. In fact, if you go loot the ruins that are reputed to be in those areas, and you bring anything back, it is a hanging offense to have any of those antiques. Because the capital does not want anybody messing around in those ruins. They're afraid that something will be awoken. Cool. So, there's dwarves heading that way. The party goes that way. The party ran into a situation where the horse's hooves started going down into the sand, and then arms started coming up. It's a swarm of skeletons from below the ground, pulling horses down. And in the ensuing fight, we had one character lost. Okay, we had a casualty to basically just getting sucked under the earth. Spooky stuff out there, guys. Would have been nice to have a priest trying to turn undead. But they fought bravely, hand to hand, and managed to destroy all the skeletons and escape. It was a lot of basically strength-based saving throws on the part of the horses and those riders that fell off. They harassed the dwarven military unit a little bit, and then they decided to ride ahead and see what the dwarves are going towards. And as they're going into the desert, deeper and deeper into the desert, the forbidden area, ahead of them a ways, a city rises up out of the sand physically. And like, let's go there. Cool, they get there. The people of the city act like they've just always been there. Okay. And nobody ever leaves. Occasionally some visitors come and go, but they never leave. And no, they're not covered in dirt. Magic. Okay. One of the party members, I'm going to touch all the pillars and maybe touch some of the stuff, Yeah, it's solid. It's solid. As they get there, a prisoner is being dragged out of the temple. He's missing a hand, and they just frog march him out to the front gates, toss him out of the sand. Get lost. You're exiled. Okay, pretty strict. They go inside the temple, and there's 2 hanging cages, just cut off hands. And they're moving. Like Thing from the Addams Family, or like a crawling claw from Monster Manual. Those cages ever get emptied, it's going to be a horrible thing. Okay. Kind of sounds like a Ravenloft adventure, doesn't it? They're going to have the afternoon, and in the evening, they need to decide whether they want to take the invitation that is given to them to dine with the Dragon King. He's the high muckety muck of this whole place. That's going to be a fun decision. Meanwhile, the two party members who are back in the city, who watch the dwarves walk out, they're like, "Oh, all that equipment left," but they have a little stay behind force of 100 orcs, 100 dwarves. I wonder if we could burn their headquarters down. No, okay, other buildings have burned too. I wonder if we could poison them. I wonder if we could. I mean, they're just plotting some sort of mischief. Okay, just to make the dwarves' lives harder. The party found an oasis, and in the oasis, there was a bag with some gear, a couple more fire javelins, a couple of fireball potions. Okay, basically that's a grenade. And they have figured out that the human spies who are selling them weapons and encouraging them to go fight the dwarves are giving them elven weapons. The javelins of lightning are elven things. They're all disposable items, all right? No permanently enchanted stuff here. It's all one-shot, boomy boom stuff. And so they've kind of figured out why there's the head of the human spies is named Mallory, and she's over at the coast somewhere, but they've gone to the other side of the map. So they're not going to meet her for a while, if ever. This adventure is going well, but more importantly, the game system. Castles and Crusades. Some of the party members are having a problem with, what do I roll? Okay, everything is a strength check or a dex check. Everything's an ability check. And you're aiming for an 18 plus whatever I've decided to add on to it as a challenge level. You need to roll a d20. You add your ability modifier onto that. So if it's a 15, you add +1, I think. Whatever. If it's one of your prime attributes, add another 6. If it's not, then don't. If you're using one of your class abilities that goes with your character class, if you're using tracking for a ranger, if you're using move silently as a rogue, add your level. If it's class-based, class level. That's it. I don't think people are really getting that. I think that's kind of a sticking point. When people are using their niche, okay? If Ranger's using tracking, if the Thief is using move silently, the modifiers add up quick, the die rolls end up being huge, and it's almost like they can't fail. That's the way it's built. Unfortunately, by not having your prime attribute or not having your class level, if it's not in your wheelhouse, it's flat out not. And if it is in your wheelhouse, it's real easy. Initiative, they use a straight D10. And if you're size larger than the other guy, size category larger, you get first whack. If you're using a length weapon like a pole arm, you get first whack. I came and slide in on that one. But it's straight die roll. It's not D10 plus ability mod of Dex. It's just D10. Could use straight D20. Straight D20, straight D10. It's all luck. If you are using a D10 and you have a large number of players, you're more likely to have multiple players go on the same number. So that could be swapped out for a 20. We're not doing that, but you could. And I don't think it'd really change much. Anyway, Castles and Crusades. Pretty good system in my opinion. The players are now really experimenting with the magic users. We got a couple illusionists now, and they're looking at the spell lists, and they're finding the spells kind of interesting. The spell description is short, and it's more aimed at interpret it. You interpret it. It's not this whole paragraph of it does exactly this, and exactly not this, and exactly this, and exactly not this. I think that keeps it moving quicker, and it also keeps the page count a little tidier. Anyway, Castles and Crusades, having fun. Incurred out.